Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am doing a very special makeup tutorial. This is my wedding ceremony makeup tutorial. Yes, I did do my own makeup. This is the look right over here. We have glitter, which I love, lashes, nice bright lip. It's just a really, really fun look. And I'm also going to recreate the look that I wore to my wedding reception. So I'll do that in a bit, but first let's get into this tutorial. So I used my favorite, the Anastasia Dipbrow pomade for my eyebrows. I love this stuff, guys, especially right now when it's hot and humid outside and it's summer. It's great because it doesn't smudge off as easily as other brow products do. So I just used this in my brows and made sure they were really nice and filled in and dark so that they would look really nice in the pictures. And then I just used the spoolie end of the brush to sort of fade out the inner corners of my brows. Then to get my brows to pop even more, I used the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Custard, and I just took a concealer brush and just applied it underneath. And this just makes your brows really pop. I really wanted my eyeshadow to stay in place all day, so I used the Painterly Paint Pot from MAC as my primer, and I just put a thin layer all over my eyes up to the concealer that I applied underneath my brows, and just a little bit underneath my eyes as well to hold that shadow in place. And then I set everything with the Mercier translucent powder because you don't want your eyeshadow to stick onto your primer. Like, it kind of makes it look a little blotchy. I used the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills for this look. I love this palette. I'm using the Buen Fresco color with a crease, like a blending brush right in my crease. And you're just gonna go back and forth and just sort of, whatever's left on your brush, just sort of fade it out towards your brows. Also wrapped it around and applied it underneath my eyes as well. Really wanted this look to be really vibrant, so I used the color Love Letter with a blending brush and applied it right into my crease. So with the Buen Fresco, I used kind of like a transition color and really faded it up towards my brows. This one is a little bit more focused in the crease and underneath the eyes as well. To get the look to pop even more, I used the color Cypress Umber and a small tiny blending brush, and I applied it right into my crease to give it that sort of nice like line, that separation between your lid and your crease. You just want to make sure you're really focused with this brush, that you don't blend it out too much. Just blended that out with the Love Letter color just to make it a little bit more vibrant. I grabbed a pencil smudger brush and I grabbed the Cypress Umber color and I went underneath my eye with this and stayed really close to the lash line. And now we're moving on to the fun part of this look. This is the glitter that we're using. It's the NYX Glitter Primer that we're applying onto the lid just up to the crease. And then we're gonna use the number 8 bronze glitter from NYX. And I like to do the eyes first, usually when I'm doing a very heavy glitter look, because, well, you know, the glitter has a lot of fallout, so you definitely want to be able to clean it up and then do your concealer and your foundation and stuff. For the liner, I kind of wanted to have a little bit more of a smudged out liner rather than a winged liner, so I used the color Cypress Umber with the smudger brush, and then I grabbed Carbon with an angled brush just to darken it around the lash line. And then what I wanted to do was darken it even more, so I grabbed the Ciate liquid liner and I went really, really close to the lash line with that one. And then for the brow highlight, I used the color Tempera in the Modern Renaissance palette. For my mascara, you know I use my favorite on my wedding day. This is the Better Than Sex from Too Faced. This mascara is amazing. I don't know if you guys can, I'm doing this voiceover and the window is open and there are birds outside. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, so for lashes, I did the Lilly lashes. I'll write down and link all these products down below so you guys know exactly which products I used. Now we're moving on to face, and I started off with the Soft Matte Concealer from NARS in the color Ginger. Now I'm using the Stellar Foundation, which I really love this foundation a lot. It's like, I've told you guys before, the colors are so good because, like, you know, Indian skin tones, we have a little bit more olive in our skin, and I find a lot of the foundations are very yellow, so this one really works. So that's blended in. I used the NARS Soft Matte Concealer in Custard to highlight with the Pro Airbrush Conceal Brush from Sephora, one of my favorite highlighting brushes, and just drew kind of like a triangle underneath my eyes and from the nose out to the corner. And then I grabbed a smaller brush to highlight my nose. And then for contouring, I use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. I believe the color is Dark Cocoa. I'll link it below for you guys. And then just carved out my cheekbone, my jawline, my nose, and warmed up my forehead. I then blended it all out with one of my favorite blending brushes for contour. This is the Cover FX contour brush. Now you're just going to set everything with the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I use a smaller brush in tighter spaces like underneath my eyes and on my nose. I also carved out the cheek a little bit more, and then I used a big fluffy brush with the Studio Fix NC42 powder foundation just to add a little bit of warmth to my skin, and then doubled up on my contouring with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit. And then for blush, I used one of my favorites, the Infallible Pro from L'Oreal. I just really like that one color, the one that was all the way on the right. It just seems to go well with my skin tone. And then for highlight, I used the Makeup Forever Pro Fusion. And for the lips, I used the NYX lip liner in Brazen. Such a long lip liner name. Slide on, glide on, stay on, and definitely a turn on waterproof extreme color lip liner. I used a little bit more of a purple tone because I didn't really have anything that matched my lipstick exactly, but this one was not too bad. And then I used the MAC Retro Matte Liquid Lip Color in Tailored to Tease on my lips. And this stuff definitely stays in place. And there's the final look. So that is the look that I wore to my wedding ceremony. I will be back with another tutorial with my wedding reception makeup. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you in a bit. Take care.